is today's topic because it is getting recorded any which ways. So,
Okay, sure, we can get started if you think that we are going to start.
sir, I think the latest concern or the biggest concern, what I think as of now in AI security is governance, governing the agentic AI piece, and not specifically from security only, but compliance and regulators are also there. Identity is another challenge, and the overall governance of AI agents a challenge is like getting off. Are you able to hear me?
I lost for a while, like it was reconnecting, got a message reconnecting,
Okay.
so I couldn't able to hear you what you asked.
So I asked about AI agents. Basically, everybody is developing agents and deploying them on in their infrastructure, but there are multiple aspects to from the governance perspective.
Yep.
Not only security, but compliance and regulators are also actually looking forward to understand what this agentic AI platform has to offer from this perspective. I think biggest challenge for everyone in the industry right now is governing this AI agent.
So as you said, like it's like as AI is evolving in the past couple of years, we have seen dramatic changes in IT industry, software industry, the how softwares are getting prepared and then how it's getting deployed based on leveraging the AI. Those are like yes, it's challenging in the sense because AI itself is a paradigm shift where we have seen that. Traditional way of doing coding development is no longer relevant because of very non-deterministic nature of AI. Same it goes to the GRC part as well. In traditional old way, GRC is all about like what the system takes as input, and then it has predetermined determined output. So if function of X is giving Y, if it is performing that well, then your control is passed, or like your solution is working fine. But in the case of AI, it's pretty different in the sense because AI itself is non-deterministic in nature. So it's not always the case. A function of f is all fx of s always give y. It may be y plus one, y minus two, y minus three. So the whole idea of compliance is going to be changed for the AI system. There are some controls which are relevant, which are not affected by technologies, but most of the controls will definitely will affect with the leverage of AI technology.
But sir, I think the another challenge, what I think from this perspective is already the security measures which are used right now are never meant for agentic AI, है ना? तो
Yep.
इतना फास्ट स्पीड पे ये एवोल्यूशन हो रहा है एंड हाउ वी थिंक दैट दिस गोना हेल्प अस.
Yes. So, current security controls, like they are meant for the traditional way of software. AI is paradigm shift. So, yeah, definitely those controls will fail. And then, as you know, AI is in crawl phase, so everyone is learning, including the governance aspects also. The practitioners are trying to understand, demystify the product, and understand like what best could become out of in the governance space. All it starts with like starting with your like simple steps of like registering your having a
Yeah.
register.
So with registry, multiple platforms are offering AI agents. AWS is also offering platforms to register agents. There are independent open source frameworks also for registering agents. I mean, to create the agents. and Microsoft also providing agents. Bringing all of them together, registering it one place, what will be their identity, how that identity will have, I mean, picture from that perspective.
Yes. So, like, if you talk at enterprise level, definitely, no, uh, the organizations across the globe are leveraging different platforms, different technologies, different cloud providers. So definitely that's a challenge. But like as I said, like individual cloud provider, they have started like providing the basic features like having discovery of your agents, and then like having a central location to register your AI solution. Based on that, like provide the basic information, what it does, what kind of data it's handle, and there are like from governance perspective, there are like ways of categorizations like general, high, confidential, high risk. And again, this classification varies from like geography to geography. Now, you follow one geography, one naming convention, and then US follow another naming convention. But at the end, the goal is to like have a common repository on registry about all your agents which are in your environment.
Right, that is true. Once you have that central repository, then managing those agents will be easier. But at present, that some solution doesn't fit all, right? So people are struggling in actually registering these agents and keeping them together. Another aspect is what will be the identity of these agents, uh, and ownership about these agents, who will own this agent. So if we come to the identity piece, uh, these agents are somebody who is taking the understanding from a non-deterministic source like an LLM to plan and uh, strategize their executions, and that can hallucinate. That's non-determinism, right?
Yep.
So how you think in coming future this thing will be solved, or from the governance lens, what all pillars you think can actually help us from the identity perspective also?
Yes. So from identity perspective, like again, like as you said, like the very first challenge itself is like shadow AI.
Yeah.
At given point of time, no one knows like how many agents are running in your environment. The first challenge itself is to identify what's there in your environment, what sort of data it's handling, under what identity it is running. So very
Right.
first thing is to understand like what is your profile, what is your profile, agentic AI profile look like, how, like where is the risk lying, if like an agent is taking a decision on high business impact value data, then at first place the AI is not meant for. Those are
Right.
very ruled out. Like yeah, you can't come up with a solution which are high impact in nature.
uh,
As by industry itself, if you talk in Europe or you talk in US, there are like categories which are barred from leveraging the AI technology at this point of time, because industry knows that yeah, industry is yet too mature to work upon those high risk impact application solutions which deals with human life. It could be your nuclear technology, grid technology, or anything which classify under like high value. Those are very barred from very first at very first itself. Currently, the technology like dictates or mandates to have solution on low and medium impact data. So, and that's where like it starts, like start identifying what's there in environment. Have the model card, something which is very more relevant in AI governance space. Have a model card. Model card is nothing but a register wherein you document like what is your agent, what technology it supports, what kind of data and handling, what is identity, who is owner, if something goes wrong, who are the folks to jump on, are this technology supports your kill switch button, these kinds of information this model cards
Yeah,
collects.
I think there are different nomenclatures for this naming convention people follow. Some of them
Yep.
call them agent card, some called model card. But
Model.
model card, most probably, what I was thinking, reading out is from Hugging Face. If you are downloading a model locally on your machine and trying to fine tune and all that, so you need to know whether this model, from which data it has been trained, how much bias is there in the model, and what level of groundedness is there. I mean, the basic checks from the model, who created this model, how it has been trained, what security measures have been taken. So those are the things which are actually brought up in that model card, whether versus the agent card, where who which agent is it, what is the identity for the agent, where it is registered, who is owner of the agent, what permissions it has, who has access to the kill switch, and like those kind of things what you were mentioning is similar understanding going on in the market, but still there is no one solution available at present. Your voice is breaking in between.
Name.
Right. Your voice breaking. Now the camera is off. I don't know what happened. Network issue. It's at your end. Yeah, now you're back. I can see you. Uh, I'm not sure if I'm able to hear you now, but there was some lag was there.
Yes, for a while, I lost till I can see your freeze face. I can't see your video, but yeah. Anyway, as long as I can able to hear you. I
That's
think.
okay. That's okay. That's part and parcel of the journey. So we are at very early stage of discussing all these things, and I think now people are starting realizing these things, that they need help in. Or so initially it was more of a pilot, or the dev test UAT kind of. Once you try to move it to production, that's when everything changes, right? That's when you come to know that this is actually the real pain point. You can't bring things to production half baked, so you need to
Yep.
understand the implication. And so what I think, basic problem in this whole agentic AI era specifically, I'm not concerned about till the time chatbots are there. You can chat with them. You can. There are there are different kind of risks in that. A prompt injection, you are leaking your private information. But when it comes to the agentic AI era or stuff, where they can act, they can execute
Yeah,
that
it's a multifold. As long
multifold.
as yep.
Before you realize, multi-agent orchestration can actually take off your business completely down. So
Yep.
yeah,
So
this is actually the matter. Yeah, you were saying.
yeah, so yeah, I came across there was an incident reported maybe a couple of months back where attacker within 7 minutes he was able to exploit the data. So that's how fast And it was multi agent model, multi model agents, where it was supporting both text and voice, and that's how
Yeah.
the attackers were able to like execute the attack and exfiltrate data within for 7 minutes. So yeah, it's very super critical to understand like you like in production it's hard to like you if it gets compromised, it's become a news, it's become PR for the world. So as long as in you are experimenting in your dev in the environment, you have options to fail multiple times. You have options to like play around. But once it's touched the production, it's altogether different new ball game. And when
Right now,
it comes into picture, and then there are other aspects of responsible AI certification, whatnot. So yeah, production ready. Yes, the industry is moving in that direction, but yeah, still it takes time to mature to reach that goal in a 100% perfect manner.
multifaceted problem. This is actually so when I'm thinking about this agentic AI or AI specifically, it was started in like machine learning was there for a long time, right? Since this
Yeah, machine
generative,
learning is their 70s. Since like 1970s, it's their AI. I
yeah,
studied the AI subject in my college, but what it was very trivial. Like it's just like
wow.
it's a uh, very deterministic and very like coverage was very minute. But yeah, machine learning is not new. But yeah, like now the way it's handling the comfort and the accessibility, that's making
It's more dangerous.
uh, more dangerous. And that's the
And
reason there was a responsible AI aspects into picture. Like you can't create or you can come up with a solution which handles with the sensitive information even today.
but another aspect to see what I think from perspective of security, governance, compliance, because we are security guys, we think from that perspective. But if I think from the cost perspective as well, so in cloud, how cloud came into the picture is that it was saving cost, right? That is what the
Yeah,
idea was, that running your own data center rather than just use cloud and pay as you go kind of model.
yeah, that was the tagline, USP for the cloud
USP
adoption.
for the cloud. Now, that era actually gave you, so everything what I was talking about the cloud and everything, they were deterministic. And the non-determinism phase in this AI world where you can't trust. That's another topic of ownership. Who will own the agent? So suppose tomorrow you create the agent and you don't know how that agent will react, how that agent will behave, how to tackle that kind of risk. Who will take that ownership? Who should take that ownership is also another question in that whole AI governance journey.
Who is responsible, who is accountable for that. I had heard one scenario where where it was like an app, I think in medical space, where the date the uh, it was in production, and it was trained with a data set of a different demographic people, who are like where it got trained, it had different demographic set of people. Let's say for the sake of naming, let's say the model was trained on India based demography, but when the same system got deployed in Europe, it was giving a different
Wow.
values, biases. It was showing the biases, and there was like and it gives the incorrect reports, and more than like 3,000 cases being identified when it did the postmortem for the people. And the root cause for that was like, yeah, it was trained on a different demography. For example, like you have weighing machine is like a weigh electronic, basically the
Yeah.
electronic weighing machine you have. It weighed like like very fractionally. It differs when you weigh something in hot Sahara desert place. when compared to area which is very colder. It gives a minor deviation where reading. Did we cover that? Did the model supported that? If we have that information, then we can take the whether should we go with that. How
Yeah.
it's important.
Right. That's true. That's true. So those kind of uncertainty with this and the cost, and why I was coming on the cost piece is that I remember using Codex for my vibe coding activity. It is actually creating more number of files as it should create. I mean, the work which can be done in 2 line of code, it is actually taking it to put that in 10 lines of code, right? And then
Yeah,
again making it complex. So tomorrow, when you come to get the code review, it forgot everything, and it doesn't have that context inside. And now it reads the code again and restructure again that it should be optimized in certain way. All this story is for consuming more token.
yeah,
So that's also something which I find it difficult to understand from the perspective how organizations going to manage those kind of things. If you use local model, it has other implications. Sometimes somewhere you will train them, right? It's not that you always keep them in the closed loop. You
yeah,
will take them out also. At that time, it will uh, can cost you the data loss and exfiltration.
yeah, yeah.
What your thoughts on this?
Yeah, like we have to like again we have to uh, for the industry to mature, like make it as a commoditization aspect. Today, like as we consume electricity, similar things some should have with this the AI space. Like it should not be a like cost should be normalized, and it should be manageable to like leverage. Uh, like will you able to let's take the example of electricity. Like will you able to spend like 5,000 bucks just to when you switch on just AC and for 10 minutes? No, you will wait. You don't have customers at that point, but someone which are experimenting in experimentation phase, that should be fine. Like I have some budget for R&D that I can manage, but once goes into production, definitely factor comes into picture, and then all in organizations are going behind the cost, like how to how to manage the cost, how to reduce the cost, how to make it more productive. That's the like agenda that comes with business comes behind with us all the time.
Now
So
there are
if we
two
are
things. Sorry, but just came to my mind. There are two more things which are actually to be concerned of. Is right now organizations are actually spending money, right? They have fundings and they are burning the money to
yes,
give you a cheap model in 20 bucks or 100 bucks. They'll give you access to the chat gpt and codex or cloud code, but that's not the actual cost. How will organization or these open ais of the world and cloud and these guys survive in future? They can't offer you the same price, right? They will raise the price. On the other hand, ROI is not visible to the leaders. Leaders thought that we don't need humans. We can shift our workloads with the AI agents and they will take it over. So we don't need more humans to be aligned. So, on that perspective, I think how the burning of money. So on the other hand, we were seeing that trend happening, right? They need
yep,
lot of compute, lot of water, energy. In the software industry, it was why software was profitable is because you create the code
when
once and you can
and then
sell it
yeah,
off to multiple vendors. But
right once,
here, everybody who is consuming the service is consuming
that's the
resource also and
also
energy also. So
yes,
it is like creating the product and selling it off. You can't do this once created and sold to many. one to many वाला नहीं है.
नहीं चाहिए. हाँ, ये मतलब again like we have to think from the same perspective. Like अभी क्या है, like I'll give a classic analogy. When this mobile phone started in 1995,
Yeah.
for getting a call also you used to, like, receiving a call also, missed call also, you have to pay.
You have to pay.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to pay. Just to get the
Yeah.
missed call also you have to pay. And like forget about like picking up the call. It used to cost $20 per minute, and then 20 for incoming, 10 for incoming, and 20 for outgoing. All that stuff. So all that gimmicks happened during
Yeah.
95. So
24 rupees for one call. It was
one
there.
call, yeah. So just for like even for just getting a missed call, you have to pay. Forget about
Yeah.
talking, picking the phone, and that all that. Just to get a missed call, also you were paying that. So like I think AI is going in a similar fashion today. Like maybe down the lines, once we have like larger population, larger audience to consume it, it may goes down. Like that's the like future I'm foreseeing. Yeah, currently we are in early stages of what mobile phones in 1995. Once the technology evolved and the ones have the consumer base, then slowly the prices went down from like exorbitant 24
Yeah.
rupees to some fixed cost. So yeah, it's a, like again like analogy is
Capital
very
arbitrage is there, right?
yeah.
That is true. So
Yeah, once you have infrastructure, once you have tower, like that's what happened in the mobile industry as well. Once you have infrastructure, once you have set up the lines, towers, and whatnot, that cost, like initial cost was very high. But once you have
Yeah.
set up that in a 5 years time frame, that has changed. From 5 years, all that cost is absorbed by the all the big players. So similar things is happening in AI space as well. I'm hoping that yeah, some similar way it goes down once the technology evolves, once the basic infrastructure is in place. Yeah, definitely the cloud AI or open AI will definitely think on that aspect, how to bring the this cost to a consumable cost where like it turns out into a profit. But yeah,
And
until then, yeah, the
until
industry has
then,
to, yeah,
so the
until then,
question is, until
until
then,
then,
to
yeah,
survive, how much money or what level of, see, for mobile, still I would say the telecom towers needs to be set up, and that's a one way investment cost, and it is not exuberant to, I mean, it was there for internet also, for that matter,
yeah,
right? You need to have those cables
yeah.
underwater and all those things.
Every
But
disruptive technology needs like it goes that shift, and it takes time. So it's not like one day, 2 day. Oh, the only good thing happened, what I have seen in AI spaces, the pickup was very exponential. All other
yeah,
technologies, it took a like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years to pick up and then take. But in AI case, it was like exponential. Within a year, like it just crossed the billion users. That was the change, and that's where the industry is lagging behind. Demand supply वाला game चल रहा है वापस, again same thing. You
that's
have
that.
exorbitant demand, but I'll see the prices will be aligned with the industry. And until then, that's the question. When that until then comes.
Yeah, from cost, that's true. But from security also, if we think about the models like Fable and Mythos, and now Microsoft has also released one M dash. Uh, there are multiple models, and the beauty of these models is not only that they are good with coding. The major catch with uh, these models is that if you have a critical, medium, high, low info, it will club all of them in
Yeah.
order to make two lows, one medium as a critical
Yes.
vulnerabilities
Yeah.
twice. So that is also something which is very different in these models,
Yeah.
and which is actually making them more dangerous as compared to, because the patching cycle needs their own sweet time, right? We are not habitual
Obviously.
of
Yeah, we are not
patching
at a
system on the
machine
fly.
speed. Yeah, we are not like working on a machine speeds. So definitely there will be a gap all the time. You got that point, very good point, like clubbing of multiple low issues and that making a behave. In privacy also it goes the same thing. Like single single element of PIA, like your phone number is not a PIA, but like you have 10,000 phone numbers, yes, then the
Oh
criticality
wow.
increases.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's how, like, you have like 10 low bugs, low severity bugs. But like if that 10 low severity bugs are like in orchestrated in such a way that it turns out to be a 1 0 day bug, then that's the issue. And that's what happening with this all these new models and whatnot. They are good at the speed, and they are good at the, the memory part, the context part, making them more powerful than human, because at the human, like, it has some capacity. When it comes to machine, like, you can add up. Like, if you think you are the machine is like stuck at like 32 GB of RAM, you have option to add another 32 GB. That's not the
Yes.
case with the humans. So
Yeah, you cannot
that's
add more memory and compute to a human. Human
not the
has a
case.
boundary and a limitation.
Yes. So that's where it's lagging. So as long as that's the reason, like, in case of Methos, why it has released and then it has stopped. So the whole intention is not to get this powerful technology into bad people's hand and then let it get suffered. So that's where the responsible AI part comes into picture, where, like, organizations, industry ask the organization not to invest on high critical solutions, which deals with nuclear technologies, human lives, grids, smart cities, whatnot. So that's where the responsible AI comes into picture. And it stops you from uh, doing the investments in that area at this point of time. Maybe in future they allow, but at this point of time, yeah, the orgs should concentrate on low low impact or MBI impact data, where, like, even if it gets compromised, it should just end up in, like, financial loss, not the human loss, or not the uh, uh, nation loss.
Okay. Another thing, what is coming to my mind is, US has banned people from using their models outside United States, or the citizens of United
Export,
States can
yeah, export law.
use. Right. Now, think about China. China is distilling their hard work and creating those models like uh, GLM 5.2. Right. That model is actually on the ranking from
Benchmark.
Cyber Gym and SWE ranking. It is actually
By
performing
far,
better
that's my
than
my thoughts. Thoughts, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's like, yeah, like in
and
this case,
it's available for free for you, and even if it is available for you, to attackers will
yes,
also have a way to use them, right?
yes, that's the concern. That's the concern. Like if like energy, if the like technology is double sword. It, like, you have good people and bad people. As long as it lies in a good people's hand, yeah, it gets world is getting benefited. But one wrong people and gone, like, whatever you have done. So
Yeah.
yeah, in case it's like even in case of China also, like, yeah, it's still in good hand. But think of people in dark web. Like, if they able to figure it out, it's gone case. Yeah,
And
and
it
Mythos, and still, like, these are like, you are clearly seeing the impact. Uh, my personal, like, take on this, like, Mythos and whatnot. Last Thursday, this Thursday, Microsoft
Yeah.
released a patch. Every month it's released a patch, and the count for this Thursday patch was 622 items they have patched. I think that was it is the one of the biggest patch Thursday I have seen in my entire
Wow.
career. So just
Oh wow.
imagine, just one company, 622 patches in one Thursday patch. Just imagine how much, like, what about the others? The number one company is still, like, having the challenging phase in deploying these patches and whatnot.
Right. That's true. Now, from that perspective, like, organizations are not in habit of patching their systems. So, uh, see, because there are multiple things related to that. Dependencies are there. So business is the primary important thing, right? Business is running, then you have security, then you have all those compliance and regulations. I
Yeah,
mean, To be
Constraints, yeah,
honest,
under
the
constraints, yeah,
first priority, being a security guy, we also understand that business is the primary thing
right.
and business is the first priority. If that is there, everything else will come.
Come, right? That's true. Yeah, if
So
you don't have
they
business, then
cannot they cannot disrupt the production application in order to secure it from some vulnerability which may be exploitable, maybe not, maybe that vulnerability is actually applicable to their environment or not. That is
yeah,
also something they don't know.
yes, yes, yeah. Again, like I have seen the trend where like quite a few companies are coming up with a new innovative ways of like prioritizing the stuff. Not the CV, just not just like in today's world, like so far the relevance is like you have CV score of 9 or above, critical, go and patch it. That's few industries or few organizations are like shying away from that model because they are like they are coming up with the with uh, various findings or various what is it, controls in place. Like for example, you have CV 98 score, but your service is not available on internet. You are cut down that you have control in place. So
Yes.
CV of 9 point is not relevant in that case. Yeah, you can deprioritize and then you can work upon. But anything which is external facing, even with a medium severity, they need to first fix that. So people are like again industries innovating in that space. All like what I'm seeing after Mathos release, yes, there is another set of people who are investing time and money on that space, like how to prioritize that. And even I think Microsoft is also like coming up with some new methodology. I have seen some prototypes where they are putting the like on your Windows updates. They are giving that uh, some chart of some sort of chart or bar telling about that. Yeah, even it's CVE, if you have some controls, this you can prioritize or reprioritize based on your exposure, based on your context, under what context your application is running. Our context is very important. So based on that, you can take the decision. CVE of 9.8 is not meant that yeah you need to fix in day one itself. Lots of
Right.
things are happening in that space as well.
I think that's also very important, right? Not everything is affecting your environment.
Environment.
You need
Yes.
to first. So now the customization takes place in the picture. Your environment is affected or not. Your critical application is affected or not. That's also another important factor. And how, see, I'm also concerned about uh, organizations are scanning their code and in order to find the vulnerabilities and stuff, all those kind of things. Can Mythos of the world or GLM 5.2 of the world will be able to get to your code? If they can get to your code, that means they are already inside your perimeter, right? They don't need anything else, right? If they have access to your code,
Yeah, if
what benefit it will serve?
yeah, if they are already like if you're like crown jewel in their hand, then it's like compromise case. So the very first place is like very first case is to like secure your crown jewels by putting the other security controls. Don't just rely on the credential based approach where like just having a key will give me access permission to your code base. Instead of have two-factor authentication, make sure that yeah anyone who is accessing from the outside need to have the multi-factor in place, then only they can access. So have those different controls in place so that you protect your crown jewel. Internally, you can have your own math or setup and whatnot. You can explore the ahead of the back like bad people impacting before you. Just adopt the technology. Like you can't escape from the technology. You can't say that yeah I'm not going to leverage AI. Then you are soon going to be relevant in the world.
But what I think is there are two aspects to it. What I think from my perspective is, are we living in a FOMO that somebody else is using AI for creating something genius or like invent something out of this world, which I might not, but what is in return of that? The thing, what is in return of it is that these organization who have their secret sauce or crown jewels saved somewhere. Now, in order to, this is from the inventor perspective, that they want to invent something very new or something unique, they'll just open their secret sauce for risk of being exploited and exfiltrated.
Yep, yep.
That's also another mindset or another thought process I have with this AI world is maybe most of the organizations are in FOMO, and they are, rather than securing their crown jewels and their secret sauce, instead they might invent, might not, because
Yes,
this is non-deterministic. If they think they have invented something, that doesn't mean it will work in the actual environment also,
yes.
right? Because
Very true.
LLM can say, I got hallucinated, I was in panic, I was in
Yeah,
pressure in
yeah. It
creating
gives,
that.
yeah, it gives with the confidence answer. Like you sometimes you yourself get questions. Was is it very true or what? So hallucination is another big problem of AI world. So you have to be, like to identify hallucination, whatnot. You have to have that like human muscle power, and that's where the man in human in the loop is very critical, comes into picture. Yeah, might AI might go wrong, hallucinate it and give wrong start giving the wrong answers. But yeah, if it's continue, if it like if it does for like short period of time, yeah, things are in control. But you have development solution which is hallucinating, which is giving wrong information, and it is continuing for a year, then just think the impact where it goes wrong. So that's where the human in the loop comes into picture. Yeah, anything which you think is critical operations, have that human factor into your system. Put that human control in the system and make sure that yeah, the things are not being hallucinated for a long time. You can't like in a world it's clear that you can't get away from the hallucination. It's it's
Now,
a, it's it's a it's a byproduct. You have to live with it.
now, I think for a human in the loop concept, right? I am spending tokens for the AI to generate stuff for me. Then I'm hiring an expert to have a look at it, and the expert is not
Yeah.
AI.
You,
Expert
you,
has their limitation in how much they can. So right now, what is happening is in the bug bounty programs also, right? People are actually finding bugs and reporting it, but at the end of the day, who is evaluating those bugs are human,
humans,
right?
yes.
And they have limitations. So the organizations have blocked that from
Progress.
actually accepting those bugs, because you
Yeah,
put a
you hit the
model, frontier model, and give access to it to scan it off from the recon perspective and to identify, it can identify multiple bugs, man, whichever
yeah you hit
severity.
the grade you hit the grade close grade, and then yeah, you don't have like again people, and that's a realistic problem. Like that it's not just in that bug bounce, but yeah, everywhere it's going to be the same thing. Like if like if you're handling with the volume, large volume, human in the loop, again you're will become a barrier for your innovation and whatnot.
Right. Human in the loop is also another thing. What is coming to my mind is right now, initially we were learning things, evaluating things, understanding it. Now everybody is using AI in order to create code and generate stuff because that is easy, right?
Yep.
You can actually fall for easy thing rather than going learning it from the scratch, coding it, or from a developer perspective. Write a code from scratch is difficult, or even from Reddit, you copy paste stuff also was little time consuming and effort was there. Now, if you ask Codex with a simple natural language prompt, that also not very optimized prompt, it can create you something and you can actually optimize on it and create stuff. Maybe it's not secure, maybe it's not fully functional, but it can give you ease. So if people start using this and getting habitual, right now we are habitual of Blinkit and Swiggy, Zomato, they've burned the money,
Yes.
they made us more reliable on these apps. Now I don't care about whether I have to go to market to buy stuff or not, whether the shop will be closed by 10, I had to reach the
Yeah.
market. But I know that I can blink it at 2, 2 p.m. or
2
2
a.m.
a.m. I would
Yep.
say in the night, and I can get the stuff within 10 minutes
Yep. Very much true.
at my doorstep. Maybe it will charge me little extra, but doesn't matter. That
Yeah.
is the
At
cost I can
convenience,
pay.
convenience at the cost. Like you are getting
Convenience.
convenience, you're getting convenience, the cost. Yeah, definitely that fetches. Yeah, even this vibe coding and all that stuff is very like it's good for like trivial jobs which are like not not high impact in nature. But when you think of a enterprise level solution, it is proper like investment in technology, investment in people, investment in infrastructure. You can't just do a vibe code and say that this is enterprise level application. No, you are going to be failed for definitely until you don't understand what's going behind, what technology going behind. It's hard. And enterprise level applications are typically not typically like majority of time it's handled with the crown jewels, it handled with the finance, it handled with banking, it handled with the PI information, whatnot. So yeah, vibe coding is okay, like for like moms and pops and shops where like you have very limited user base, you have very limited impact. If everything goes wrong, still you are going to lose just $10,000. That's fine, people are okay with that. But it's same not case with the like 10 million at stake. You can't do or rely on web vibe coding saying that yeah, I'll use this vibe coding app which generates 10 million per month of revenue. You yourself is not going to have the confidence in that.
Yes.
So vibe coding is going to be like all this technology comes with its own small benefits, pros and cons and whatnot. So it's what you pick, what you take good out of it, and make that world better place. Let's go for that.
Right. That's a positive message at the end, I would say. I was kind of uh, on the negative side of AI, and you were kind of actually putting with the examples and how this can be switched. But from market analysis and experience, what I've seen online and different stuff, it's more from that perspective. Is another thing is uh, sustainability of this technology, because as it needs more energy compute energy perspective, like we were working on carbon footprint, everybody was actually
Yeah,
working,
5 years back
have
that was not that.
organizations have those carbon footprint metrics and goals, and like I don't want to use this,
That goes in
where
toss.
that thing
It
has
goes and
gone.
toss. It goes and toss. Like 5 years back, everyone was speaking of zero carbon by
Zero
2030.
carbon, yeah.
We will be like carbon free and whatnot. All of a sudden, this comes into picture and everything goes in toss. Like I don't know where, who is tracking those numbers, who is still watching that. But yeah, yeah, people like again like there are people which thinking in innovative way. I think Elon Musk or someone is talking about like
Mars.
having no,
uh,
having your data center in space, by
uh,
to run
right.
it on solar energy, put it on
Yeah, yeah.
your
What
orbit.
he was thinking, he can do also capability. He has proved, right? He is not from NASA or somewhere. He built the rockets, and that are actually flying with the SpaceX. So he can do whatever he's saying. We think
but
is a
but again, yeah,
capability
it's yeah,
inbuilt.
again it comes of the cost. Like yeah, proof of concept, conceptual car things are fine, but once it comes to production, when it's production ready, then you say that yeah, it's helping the world. Otherwise, it's just like okay, I can build one prototype and show that yeah, I am just running this AI in for just in 10 tokens. No one going to buy that.
Right. I think we have spent good amount of time and nice discussion, Mavir. And if you want to talk about something you have written books on, and what actually that books cover, and how it can help GRC practitioners, I think that is very helpful for them.
Sure, I can cover that. Like yeah, I worked like as you know I worked in Microsoft for close to 20 years, and last year I took my like corporate buy-off, and I started my own, and like which and worked on things which I was like pushing for a while on my passionate work. And of that, I come up with the two books. One is Securing Agentic AI, where I covered the the 10 domains, 10 industry domain, how the AI and with the 5 examples in each domain, covering various aspects of risk recommendation, and what it means for that security engineer, what it means for CISO, and what it means for red teamer. I covered that extensively in 10 domains in my first book. In my second book, I come up with the biggest pain point which I have seen in industry in last 1 year or so is governance aspects. Everyone is in uh, behind coming with some sort of solution, whatnot, but no one is caring about the governance. Like if something goes wrong, whom to contact, what the model is made about, of what technology it's leveraged, what under what identity it's running, all that stuff. Still, those nuts and pieces are missing. So I thought like, yeah, why can't I come up with something which is more relevant in today's world, and uh, people can leverage that by studying that my book or leveraging the template. The second book not only just comes with the book, but it comes with a set of 30 templates, ready to consume templates. They can consume from the day one. It has like your book is that book is your helping manual to how to consume that template. But yes, template is also self driven, and you can like at least like start planning like in like next 30, 60, 90 days or 180 days where you want to be. Start off with like shadow is biggest challenge in industry. uh, Tackle that problem first, and then once the things are in place, you are in better position to calculate the risk and take the risk. Like today, everyone is taking the risk, and no one knows what is the value. Like what agent is consuming, which type of data is consuming, who is owning who is owning that agent, or like in case of security incident, whom to contact. Those all are all like bits and pieces are it's there but it's not in one place. So governance comes into picture. My book will help you in understanding the governance aspects, how you can plan. There is clear steps to like what you can achieve in 90 days, 180 days, and 360 days. Even on maturity model, like from 1 to 5, how can you reach? So that these books you give help you in like coming up with the governance program for at least for the startups and the mid companies. They can leverage from the day one. My tagline is like is consultant in a box. That's how I present that. So don't like no need to invest $50,000 in upfront, but yeah, leverage this book, come up with uh, the foundation part, and then yeah, once you are comfortable, you can spend on content. I'm not denying that human minds are not required, but yeah, once you have some structure in place, then you can take the wise decision based on what the data you have, and then you can leverage the consultant whatnot. That's the whole intention of that book. My second book was.
Right. Thank you, Mahavir, for giving that insight. So, guys, we'll plan this kind of meetup coming live and talking about things in future also. And based on the response, this video will be saved uh, on my channel, so you can have a look onto that. And I think that is it from our end today. For today, I'll quickly close the call, and I would say that we'll see you next time. And thanks for being here and listening to us. So, see you in the next live. I'll put that on the post on Instagram, and that's when
Yeah,
we
thanks
can have.
everyone who has joined and who has spent the time. Yeah, come up with the questions and whatnot. We are happy to hear. Me and Shailendra
Yes,
is,
yes.
is happy to
Please,
take the
please
questions.
feel free to comment once you see the video.
Yeah, even if you are not able to like come, didn't get time to come live and join, post your questions, and we will have to take the stance and get back to you on answers.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a
Bye.
nice day ahead. I think Sunday is
Yeah,
everybody's time,
happy
right?
Monday. Happy Monday.
All right.
Monday morning. Thank you.
All right. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
guys. Bye.